Good afternoon, everybody. Speedster Johnny here. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to be taking a ride down Tennessee Route 360 in a little while, and I want to welcome you to ride along with me. There's been a lot of conversation lately on the internet about bikes and trikes and so forth, and is a Can-Am motorcycle a trike? Is it a bike? Is it a car? What is it? Is it a motorcycle? Well, I own one, and I would definitely say that the Am Spyder is a motorcycle. You sit astride it. It has motorcycle type controls. You sit in tandem with your passenger if you have one. The major difference between a trike and a bike is an extra wheel. I've got a lot of years riding motorcycles, 30 plus, and I've enjoyed them all. I've owned a couple Yamahas, a BMW, which was a really nice bike, a whole bunch of Harley Davidsons, and a couple of Buells. I was going to get back into motorcycling after a long respite from them, and I bought a Harley Davidson Sportster XL 883 Super Low. And I found out very quickly that in the intervening years, my balance, my strength, and everything weren't quite up to the task. So I traded it in for a Can-Am Spyder, which is probably one of the best moves I've ever made. I'm still in the wind. I didn't give it up, and I love it. So let's go for that ride. Welcome along, especially subscribers and new subscribers. You are the salt of the earth to me. Thanks for being there. Boy, I swear, there's more putzing around to get this thing ready to roll. Here I am on a beautiful day, and I am ready to boogie. Hang with me, guys and gals. It's going to be a fun ride. I love this section of the route, Tennessee Route 360. Oh yeah, but there's that. I did remember to block the mic on the camera, and hopefully next time I use it, we'll see the results of that. I found something else out too. I see this funny little dot, almost like a spirit or something on the screen. And I was going to clean the lens with some lens cleaner, and lo and behold, the little protective plastic cover that comes on the lens when you first open the box, I had never removed it. So I think in addition to not seeing the little dot anymore, I'll probably have a slightly clearer picture. Good news all around. So I said I was going to talk a little bit about bikes and trikes. There's a lot of discussion out there about Can-Am Spyders and Polaris slingshots, and going way up to something like a T-Rex, which is an amazingly expensive super performance trike of some sort. Not anything I'd be interested in, a little too rich for my blood. But as far as the Can-Am Spyder goes, I see it as a motorcycle. I mean, I sit on it, and it's just like sitting on a motorcycle. I have a hand throttle, a hand clutch, foot shift, foot brake. No handbrake for the front wheel because it's integrated. So it makes it a little bit simpler. But I have to tell you, when I first started riding this bike, I kept reaching for that front brake lever, which of course wasn't there. But one of the small adjustments. That and getting used to the fact that you steer a trike. You don't counter steer a trike. Another little learning curve. And the first time I took a really sharp turn, I forgot that principle that you go where you look. And as I was turning around this, it was like a hairpin turn, I noticed that I probably wasn't turning sharply enough, and I started looking at the guardrail on the other side, and well, that's what I was heading towards, the guardrail. Not a very good situation at all, but I've gotten over that and relearned the fact, yes, indeed, you go where you look. I love this trike. I reached a point where I just couldn't ride two wheels anymore. I don't think I'm disabled. I'm just a little older. I'm a senior citizen. Somehow my balance and my strength aren't what they used to be. And it was either a case of get out of being in the wind altogether or go to a trike. And somehow to me the trike seemed like a better deal. I did take a minor bath, or at least a shower, when I traded in the Harley, which I had outfitted just the way I wanted it. But anyway, the Am F3 base price in 2017 wasn't that high. And I still had money left over from when I sold my little red car, the one you see on the home page of my channel, which I enjoyed for 12 years, but life moves on, and that car made its way to California, where lots of little cars like that, replicas of 57 to 59 Porsches, are in abundance. So what do you think? Is Am Spyder a motorcycle? I think it is. It feels like one. Not totally, of course, for the reasons I've already explained, but it gives me that experience of being out there in the wind. I'm not in a cage. I'm in something that's wide open to the elements, for better or for worse sometimes. And we've got a cold spell coming in Tennessee where temperatures could drop well below freezing. I probably won't be riding during that period, but maybe it'll warm up a little and I'll get some rides in. We do have something coming up this coming weekend, where a stretch of the Foothills Parkway, which has been under construction for, it seems like eons, is going to be opening up to the public. Now, it's only 16 miles of driving, but our local motorcycle club has decided to make an event out of it. So if it's not raining, and if it's not too bloody cold, I think I will be joining the hardy souls that make that run, and then we'll be having lunch somewhere in Wares Valley. If you know East Tennessee or anything around Dollywood, you probably are aware of that stretch of road. It runs between, well, it's actually on Route 321, and it ultimately winds up over near Dollywood. Any of you people ever been to Dollywood? It's kind of a fun theme park. It's definitely different from Disneyland or SeaWorld or anything like that. It is uniquely Tennessee. What's this guy gonna do? Doesn't have a signal light on. What's he doing? Well, he's letting me go, so here I go. And I catch a glimpse of him in the mirror. He was indeed going straight across. It's hard to know in Tennessee because people tend not to be very good about signaling their intentions. I'm guilty of that sometimes, but not usually. Dollywood is also probably one of the more reasonably priced theme parks in the country. I guess it's because the people that like to go there would find $100 a day per person a little too steep. I guess that's about what it is now. I saw an ad on TV for spending time at
that park, and for as little as something like $100 per day per person. So if you got a family of 4, that's pretty steep. Almost like the shock a lot of people got when they found out how expensive it is for a family of 4 to go to see a Cubs game in Chicago. And they were saying in terms something like $100 total for 4 people, with the tickets, the hot dogs, the soda, whatever. Well, that was a lot of years ago. I imagine that price has doubled or tripled by now, like just about everything else, it seems. It's really something when you're retired and living on fixed income and you find out what your real priorities are as far as where you want to spend your dollars. Certainly your disposable income that doesn't include your housing, your food, and your medical, and whatever else you need. Well, I ramble. Sorry. Let's just enjoy the scenery for a while.